Yeah. Jesus, you're my everything, yeah. My everything is you, Lord. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody say, ah. Say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. See, I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha.
Afishapo, afinko number 2 here. Merry Christmas to all looking at us and listening to us this morning. Memobibia, happy New Year. Ene year 22nd of December. Krape na Dibronya na mom. And I'm saying na last Friday of the before the Christmas 19 no me mo bia official pa me gide say wo a wo hwe me ho ye na wo ye nso de a mesre enidie mu na beka ye ho na frɛ wadamfo bi frɛ onu bi frɛ wadamfo bi say emre na som ene ye ba bi di dwuma papa bi pa e wa ha na weni beji tu weni beji ye ain't without wasting my time now. I invite you self also invite someone na ono nso embeka ye ho na momo ba so abomode ana share program ne maye ene no emu onhwam the whole year we are going to look at the update that's gone on throughout the year no na wonso wenya wo de chefa wom embi kra na bibia wonim nso refi na nso no ye beka ho asema ebe mema we hu na kaiwo na fe wonso ode ato anamo media ne manyeti ene ye me de se me ne ye resource person ye ma me ba ko pe eba be di se dwuma yi na nsa na meto nsa afre no nkai bokakra na me de ma mo se BWF Solicitors for na di dwuma na BWF Solicitors bom every end of the year bia na omoto ensa efre eye quiz kakra obebesi quiz a omoche achede bebre omoma achede bebre na even the first prize no to me enya free plane ticket in and out of the country to Ghana. I feel console more hotel, posh hotel a ema ukodjo wo ho ansa na no nso no achede bebre a ekeka ika ho a omode ma na edi nti no moye quiz no na che say from January up to December no omama nim de every week biara obehwe 52 weeks na ye won nyina say BWF Solicitors be call off and I say it just say only 1 week be pay and on be call off and now say 2 weeks pay out of the 52 weeks no just say no more de bana ye sua no oma committee omo ho na omo de my nti say do end of the year say a on person ho say I bia throughout this commitment and with the ma community no won so usua bibi efri mu ana nti na ye sa quiz no se na ebe ye aye kire be kire wa adwen ibisa onsemfo akakra no akire wa adwen o kire wa adwen na utwa ne nyina ne asa kyewa ade aka na umpe we then na ope enti no enche bia me basisi a metwa me ho simasi to ba ko pe me ba ya ne de dwumedi no ahya ase dendende so just stay tuned and stick with us. I'll be right back.
Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced family law firm specializing in immigration and naturalization, as well as dispute resolution. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner with over 30 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stand for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity and inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance across all areas of UK and Ghana law. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Led by experienced senior partner Bernard Owusu, the team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with your immigration, naturalization, dispute resolution, wills and probate, Ghana law and practice needs. We are dedicated to providing solutions to our clients' problems. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Main office line 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line 07712 761 884. Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any inheritance tax. If there is no will, the intestate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the issues which clients face, whether it's in relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors, let us take care of probate.
Shasie ya se twa ye ho sima abana ya bano ye de dwumedie no ebe shasie me gye de se obetna emre a ya shasie enkudu bra ebewie na mom oba so abomode ana share program ne mayen me mo bibia official pa happy merry Christmas to all viewers and listeners listening to us this hour. Hi BWF Solicitors na yedi dwumedie eba legal hour so na wo hwe ye no ochina the community and the law is still on with the quiz. If you want to participate, just join us tomorrow from 4 to 6 o'clock. And I'm very sure you'll definitely be one of the winners that will either get the plane ticket or either iPad, £200, so many consolidated prizes that you may get. So join us and you'll never regret joining us. Yo, ahanswa ba haya legal hour with Magneti and me resource person ne menene bekanya ya mame ba akola Eunice mema odenchia kese ama etiefo na afede mede medwumedie no ahya se enti no me invite lawyer Eunice na umbra lawyer Eunice me paucho mede etiefo na hya wonsa na ahia mo keke mo afihia pa keke na afede emfe dwumedie no ɛnhyɛ ewa ha.
Medase bebree ma yɛti. Mame enhyia yɛtiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ. Mema mo nyinaa afihyia pa sɛ yɛama yɛkaeɛ. This is our last Friday before Christmas, and I hope say obi biara ayɛ ready. Mimi nim say I still have last minute shopping to do. So what to say me and the last minute shopping and then your I say yeah. It's Madam was say the day my with me. I join in na it's me edi ejumede. I'm sure say you'll be able to find something that is in there for you and also invite somebody to be part of the program. Yeah, your hope is that next year also will bring new things and fresh things so that at least most movie to me I enjoy program not to be. It's in my year. I know say bring away dear. We are just taking 1 week off, but we'll be back next year, God willing, very hard and strong. I know that one too is in terms of nkurɔfoɔ a menim sɛ ɔmokɔ holidays anaasɛ ebi a ɔmo ɛwɔ UK hanom, but they're just spending time with family and friends just to obviously catch up and enjoy each other's company. But I am very sure that by next year, no, everybody will be ready to go. I don't know how many of you have New Year's resolution, but we are sure looking forward to the new year. We are definitely need to
Yes.
make some new goals and new targets, and hopefully, by next year, I know say we'll be on our way to fulfilling those targets and goals that we've also set for ourselves.
Yo, Lawyer Eunice. Medasi saa na ɛteɛ saa na ɛteɛ afe biara ɛkɔ awieɛ na ɛbɛwerɛ afe foforɔ mu a obi apɛ sɛ ɔka nneɛma a ɛda n'akoma so a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔachieve before the end of the year. As a matter of fact, every day biara yɛ new year, but because the date remains the same ne nti na ɛyɛ ana ɛyɛ yɛn sɛ no yɛwɔ particular year mu nti no te sɛ the date of the year change ansa na yɛwɔ new year mu, but wohwɛ mu a ade bi bɛkyew biara no, it's a new year for someone. Ade bɛkye biara, once it's a new day, it's a new year. It's just a new beginning for some people. Nti no, yɛbɛkɔ no ntɛmntɛm na, and I think the program is a big pack. Nti no, yɛbɛ running a bit fast. Na afei nso no, sɛ it do just after 35 minutes time no, maybe a telephone lines no, na ɔwɔ question bi a na kyerɛ sɛ because of the topics that we've got today, no, it doesn't really matter. You can ask any type of legal question, provided it's legal. I answer. My question is off the hook. But then I believe that once I will share idea, and then I want the program to be a bit fun because we are in the fun festive season. Somebody say fan fest where they be maintained that somebody just mentioned it to me and I'm trying to compose that word. So it's fan festive, fan festive period. So that's my word for you. Now Ube journey, it might not be boring to you, but you find it so appealing. So Ube to me so a bisa question bia wope na a program na ye enije ede amaya. Enti ebekọ so ye nche bia media ni manyeti na me host program with lawyer Eunice na yɛde adwumadie no ɛhyɛ aseɛ mede nkyia kɛseɛ nso ma all the team BWF Solicitors for nyina memo bibia Merry Christmas from our senior partner and eba obi ɛwɔ office obia memo bibia afihyia pa mo a mudi mu birthday this year nso no memo bibia belated happy birthday na obɛseɛ ne nyinaa ka afihyia pa no ho na yɛmfa adwumadie no ɛnhyɛ aseɛ Lawyer Eunice medase yie sɛ ne me topic a yɛde abagu abetu dwa no yebetumi edi ho edwuma yie papa Danny on the platform. Danny I say hi, happy Christmas to everyone. Yes, Danny yedu so yenso ma happy Christmas maybe Joseph Isaiah or say God bless BWF Solicitors to grow from strength to strength, strong and steady now and the years to come. I official to you all, the team. Thank you, listeners and viewers. Nyame Enshra, Mr. Isaiah Joseph, Nyame Nkaho. Yeah, mami, Auntie Helena. This is good morning, lady, Manyeti, and lawyer Eunice, and Merry Christmas with great joy. Indeed, today I'm very, very joyous. Today I'll be using some terminologies. Maybe you might find it some interesting, but these are my words. Okay, so I'm very, very joyous today. And Adai Mononkumasi, good morning, Manye and Eunice. Good morning to you too, my dear. Adai Mononkumasi, please share the program. Keep on sharing. Nana Ajimai say, keep on sharing. Your friend is saying, Grace Adum, Mr. Munina, mo ha mumbra na mumbe embekaya Foster Force. Hey, Foster Mete won catch us. Good morning and Merry Christmas to Lawyer Eunice, all BWF Solicitors Magnety, and everyone. Foster is watching. Indeed, Foster is part of us, is watching. And to mon share, mon kosuna mon share na enye de. Lawyer Eunice, yebe koni boko ne mum yebe koni tewutim. Sa netie. And that topic I abetu ja. Yes, share all the it's like updates in the system. But then we are looking from January to today. Even today, even last night to cry, there has been an update at our home office. So it's a home office with BWF solicitors there. Omo da hokra na home office. So I say home office TV no. Omo share home office them what to say TV. And you know, decision be a pet oh bang no wenya. Last night and Osha Parliament and so they be a TV ne da ho. Just say every policy, every decision, everything be a government in the be hey concerning immigration, concerning any legal matters be na BWF solicitors for edu that shows you how the with when it comes to updates. We are very, very proactive when it comes to updates. Ain't you know? And then mon shana jimanya mensha say of from roll course na Margaret Edu. When you know more mumbra Alex or say hand pink waving. Me waving so back. Daisy Val Hagan. Oh, hello, sweetheart. How are you? Say good morning, Mama. Merry Christmas. Good morning, Daisy. I believe you are watching. If you have any question after the program, you are welcome to ask. Nana Bobsy, good morning. BWF Solicitors Magnety, Merry Christmas. If I keep on reading the messages, I bet we will not have our program today. So let me pause here for a minute, and then we can continue with our program. Tila Eunice Mesa Atunsa. Ede afre biom na yenhwe nyoma ye wom ewo system. Today is all about update, but then let me just arrange it in a way say ebeto etiefo aso na omehunu step by step. So say afe no adwene ya etiefo ene ye kan immigration law highlight of the year 2023, and then what to look forward to in the coming year 2024. As a matter of fact, 1st of January, another law is started. Why would see me no? Don't just listen or watch me for a fun, but watch me as you study and learn something. This is just an educational platform. Me and I'm the fan no ho so that it might not look boring to you. Enti no, ye be share Eunice afemesa atonsa asa e de afra obium. 2023 Ebesin Ako. Today is 22nd of December. Last Friday before the Christmas. Na ye share ye two ye ni share from beginning of the year up to the pick one. We will say highlights no na ye the ashas ye. First of all no ye share closing the business that ewo you can say startup route no and introducing the Innovator Founder route no eno neda yakuma so eba enti ebehwe yenka ho asem kakra na afi yento ato aso this year ensemben na twem koe yetio.
Of course, and see, Senya Oboso no. Throughout the year, there have been different changes and different highlights in terms of your immigration law. But your Dayamiasi said we're just picking up a few of them because I say you're kind of I think say the whole program no yenya time and twaso crampo. But
Mm.
just hitting on the closing up of the startup route to the innovator founder route. No, the government introduced almost statement of changes, saying they be almost the same immigration rules, almost the statement of changes ever in March and other times of the year as well. But this one was particularly in March. And see, they announced said they were going to close up startup routes. Startup routes no is to do with Nkonfo business people in Nkonfo almost business almost starts a business ever UK Chrome ha. And that was a route that was open to Nkonfo almost ba my students almost person almost switch it after their studies. And so of course a lot of people went on that route if they had an endorsing company to endorse them. And the government know who say just to make it easier for people, no, to start up businesses and to grow the UK economy, no, it will be better off to come up with another route which will make it more beneficial to them who are starting up the business and to the economy as well. Into almost say by 13th of July, no, they will cancel the startup business route and then introduce innovator founder routes. First, so now it was just the innovator route, but to say I almost friend innovator founder route. Saying yeah, ebe incorporate almost start your business and almost start your business dada. So they introduced that route just so that nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ business ideas, nkurɔfoɔ a ebi a wɔnhyɛ da nni sika bebree but wɔwɔ business ideas a ɛbɛtumi de profit ne income aba na ɛbɛtumi akɔ further no, especially because maybe there's a demand in that area, no, they will be able to go ahead and do justice in terms of starting up their businesses. Into the innovator founder route, introduced different requirements, which also removed requirements for at least £50,000 to be able to start up a business. Into it helped other people who were interested in starting up businesses, who were interested in actually creating a business where other people may be also employed under them. So it is open to not just nkurɔfoɔ a wɔawie study anaasɛ wɔyɛ students ɛwɔ kurom ha, but any other person who is coming from outside the UK as well can also apply on this innovator founder route. Saying almost so some more business ideas and some more person almost started be with Chrome ha, they can also come on board and then start up something. But it's also under the points based system. You definitely need to get the 70 points to be
Mm.
able to come on this route if you're outside the UK. And see, they
Mm.
consider things like English language requirements, the fact that so for the first month here £1,270, the fact that your business plan has been written out, your business is innovative, it's scalable, valuable, and they want to know that at least our business now will say obey you may have an endorsing company to endorse it, and it is something that they believe say will help the business. I mean, the British economy in the whole as well. And
Okay.
see, it's good to also open up people's mind to SAR routes. It's also under the skilled worker routes now. They be a yeka.
Okay, Eunice, thank you so much. It's here for this innovative program now, or canon, innovator program now, founder program now, or canon. We've had a full version of the program as to what exactly to do, and even if you need a support so that you can also apply through that particular route or route. No, your program. When you go to our YouTube session, now we'll share some of the headlines or the headings that we have for the program now. Will be ɛwɔ hɔnom wobɛtumi ahwɛ I think I did one with Uncle Ben wakyerɛkyerɛ mu from skill zero until you get to the 70% way now ye ode apply na ube successful into pomodia. Check out our YouTube channels na that's our Facebook channels no na search for that particular headlines no ubenya program no fully version na wait to me apply. Very straightforward. Unya nkrofo eboa BWF solicitors for omo that support team no to take you through from beginning up to the end. I will bet me get the visa to come and start up the business here. And yet the sky ebo we shall here utu susukra ubenya now the account there. So watch out for that. Na koshushe na when you have a next topic near titi obia pepe ye wo na 10-year route ɛbaayɛ 10-year route yɛ baayɛ nso no na kyerɛ sɛ yɛnhu kwan na yɛnhu kwan a yɛbɛyɛ no na mmom nsesan yɛbɛɛ mu a na yɛsɛ okay yɛnhwɛ the changes to the long residence 10-year route ne so nsesan bɛn na ɛbaayɛ ɛne deɛ na ɔsi yɛyɛ to meet this nsesan a aba no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛn nso yɛ apply through that route na you be successful until Eunice and also me to mom share the long residence yet 10-year route so and also changes being nearby
In regards to long residence 10-year routes, no, I know that a lot of people who are currently on the 2.5 will know what 10-year route is about. But it's not just limited to conform with your parents and as a partner on the family route. This long residence 10-year route no is to do with Nkofua, Abia, Omo, Ababetna Kromha and student, for instance. Omo Esuadia and they've gotten to that 10 years, especially for those who came as child students. Into they've come in as child students, they've continued to reside here in the UK, even to go on and study at the university. Into with them, after a period of 10 years, if there hasn't been any long breaks in between periods of stay now, they can go on and apply onto the 10-year route. And now crampo so will be crampa ebia what's not chrome hanom, just to say that they've come as a skilled worker and then they had to switch to a family route, for instance, and then they had to switch to a different route, and they've accumulated all of that and it's now become 10 years. And in this year alone, there have been so many case laws in regards to how Obibe to me meets our 10-year requirement. Into this route is specifically under paragraph 276 of our immigration rules. And no sano na omo trese so over to me at trese what's not a lawfully for a continuous period of 10 years there. And yet to me ama wafebo and I indefinite leave to remain. And some people would have considered AB as a omubetsna hanum as a visitor and then switch to another route. They could count the visitor period as part of their legal residence. But Intisa, because they said in one of the cases that they were looking at this year, and they said your visitor route does not lead to settlement. They expect so over ako chrome into you can't count that towards your lawful residence. And also, if for instance, one benya asitna, you were given a period of bail because now only asitna in some will be you if you chrome her, now some more kase because only in class and say so if you chrome her. That period of unlawful residence and I say that bail period also cannot be counted as part of your lawful residence. And now Crampo say, bia Oba Hanum as students no. Na so we application for another visit, I mean student visa because you're a student. And between the time that you were supposed to make the application and then the time that visa na ewu ye no, when me an application no before 28 days if this was before 2014. But if, for instance, you can say you were hoping to make the application and you have a reasonable excuse, the reason the NCR 1 year application time now when krasa no wuye, but it was made within 28 days, then you would have some sort of excuse. But until sad, yeah, then it means that you would have to say that that has sort of brought a break in between the time or student visa no ɛwuiɛ any time unsaka will leave to remain for student visa, because we all know that when it comes to section 3C of your Immigration Act 1971 na sɛ wo nkrataa ɛbɛwu na woyɛ application ayɛ te sɛ obi a ne nkrataa no ɛnya nwuiɛ until a decision is made on nipa no ne asetena no. Nti if you are going on that premise, say metumi yɛ me application before me nkrataa no ɛbɛwu di a, and then my leave is continuing as if it never ended. And
Wow.
of course, all count it with 10 years now. They want to know that it was continuous, that
Mm,
there were no breaks. Into so when you have student visa for
mhm,
3 years, and there it has to be continuous 3 years, and
mm,
then before everyone know not of course so we application as a family member or like a parent, then it means that it was also done before our student visa and able
yeah.
into parents roots no say what was so sana 10 years no ever so not
Mhm,
of course by the time over counted from student visa to with 10 years no,
mhm.
then you
Then
have everything set.
intact. Mm,
Yes. It,
okay.
it makes it much easier for them to just make a decision on
So,
your
mm,
application. And see, definitely no, when it comes to the 10-year route,
mm,
yeah, sure, so now, yeah, sure, say you need breaks, and I say we are
yeah.
not considering the bill time, and I say time na you need and also as part of your 10 years. No, yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Wow. Well explained. Into no one would say yes. Say I am bia was our route and say 10-year resident route in this one. Miss was a technical way be woman who feels a won't tear see ya now be quite na be mistake dear. But what they are called BWF Solicitors for. Or may ama come into no more be she send a be a breaks na nka ebebe mo no more the bricks as she says na a silly breaks no. Oh, they'll put in bricks to seal the bricks. Sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wobɛtumi anya ne successful a problem biara ɛmba ɛno nso we've dealt with it. We've got about even three or four programs basically on this particular topic yi wo search it through our YouTube channels na wobɛhu topic yi saa 10-year resident route ne so wɔ hɔ na wo nso woatie no into details sɛnea ɛbɛ aha no yɛ just highlighted into no you might not get in depth of the whole program. I mean, on the whole particular topic na ye daily, but then ye can your ma ACC any changes aba during this period 2023 no answer na yira 2024 Mintilo Eunice medals ye wo ho na ye next one na any popular, the most popular minim ye can you settle status you settlement you afa ya bra you you obi say papa ben kra na friend you nea ɛteɛ ne sɛ yɛwɔ hɔ a na yɛbɛte brexit baeɛ wobɛka sɛ akɔm esi nkurɔfoɔ so ɛne lawyers foɔ a wɔde twaa sika minim lawyer bi koraa brexit ho nsɛmsɛm ne EU ho nsɛmsɛm no ɔde esi a whole estate na kyerɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ɔdefoɔ wɔ mu ɔyɛ ɔdefoɔ wɔ mu paa na kyerɛ sɛ this EU Brexit thing became so popular. Now you born who they wrote now educating people as to what to do because it got to a time now Europe nkron bebre aye twema mentwe into people were rushing to UK. Now omo rushing to UK ne nyina so say wo nya nhyehyɛ se ne ebe ya wasetena e wo UK ne bedi mu e de amount e na Brexit be mu no ye be ma grace period any omo aware mo families wo Ghana and it not just Ghana but all over the world apart from UK no and people joining their families here and there through the EU settlement. And then changes 2023. I mean, we've done so many programs based on the EU settlement scheme, no? But today we are only highlighting few things that came into being this 2023, or changes that really affected the EU settlement scheme, no? Into Lawyer Eunice, changes ben neba EU settlement scheme, no, during this period that you can was. Let's hear you, please.
Nti sɛ ɛbaayɛ EU settlement scheme na there have been various changes, and not only in terms of uh, Home Office changing their immigration rules, but also in terms of case laws and for courts ne nsa nneɛma no. And especially when it comes to nkɔfoɔ for instance, ɔmo application as dependents, this is adult dependent applicants. And see, I'm talking about nkurɔfoɔ a ebia ɔmo ayɛ application to join ɔmo EU national sponsors no as either parents or grandparents or adult dependent. Into usually any child who is over the age of 21 is known as an adult under the EU settlement scheme. And then when it comes to making an application like that, there is also a requirement to show dependency. And see that requirement to show dependency, is to show say EU sponsor is one of those persons who was sponsoring you, and I say providing you with some sort of financial support, which was helping you also maintain yourself and to be able to provide your own essential needs, to say aduane, nsuo obenom, fie obeda, and all of that, all the necessary basic things that people need.
Mm,
Into as a result, omo can say watumi akyerɛ sɛ saa wo maame anaasɛ wo papa no a wopɛ sɛ wode ne ba no,
mhm,
watumi akyerɛ sɛ they were depending on you before a ba there. Then, of course, once they have come into the UK after the transition period, into transition period no was from 1st January 2020 to the 31st of December 2020. And then we had the grace period up to 30th of June
mm,
2021. And so if you've been able to show say now more dependent on also, then you don't need to show that dependency afterwards, because it was on the premise say wait to me actually say they were depending on you when they were not here in the UK. And so I feel na oh yeah almost settled status, and I said oh yeah almost pre-settled status there, then
mm,
there is no requirement to show further dependency on you. And see that was one good thing in terms of those adult dependent applicants, but it meant say you should have made the application for them to join you before the 30th of June 2021. And then another thing that came through was the fact that Omo Eka say a lot of people who are under the EU settlement routes were not making their application in time for
yeah.
indefinite leave and access settled status.
Mhm,
And there was a particular case which had to be taken all the way up to the Court of Appeal in regards to the fact say obi anye ne application for indefinite leave and that's ne application for settled status, but the almost pre-settled status no ewu no doesn't mean that they are here as an illegal immigrant. And the court said, based on withdrawal agreements, no, of course, say a share Article 10 of your withdrawal agreement, it has to do with the fact that every thing to do with your regulation 3004/38 no had to do with people migrating from the EU to the UK and having rights to reside here, just as any normal British person, and I said will be our own crata ewo kurom ha. And see if that was the premise for them, obviously drafting out this appendix EUDR, then if the person has pre-settled status, and it's a omuhuno as obia oye illegal, and so they have to be able to accommodate them and then give them a chance to also make their application for settled status. And so they started sending out emails to Nkrofo, yes, pre-settled status, to tell them that say when to me and yeah will settle status by a specific time, then they would grant you further 2 years automatically. Into oh yeah, sure, they will just grant you a further 2 years automatically after they've seen on their system they say 1 year will settle status because with time now so. And of course, if they believe, say, they have most of your documents and they need further documents to be able to grant you settled status, almost send you email to then provide them with those documents to be able to make your settled status application. And that was also a good thing in terms of nkurɔfoɔ a wɔpɛ sɛ wɔnya wɔn settled status after the 5 year period. Into of course, 2 years ne deɛ ɛnyɛ afebɔɔ nti sɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ wo settled status application deɛ a wonim sɛ wo time no ɛbɛso time wei di a na woatumi ayɛ wo settled status anaasɛ indefinite leave to remain application after your 5 years residence here in the UK. And this is to all EU nationals and their family members. And then another thing that they came up with was the fact that when it comes to EU nationals, and I say nkurɔfoɔ a wɔn atena kurom ha as Zambrano carers into ABI, it could be the fact say the EU national child is living here with omo parents or share omo, and those are considered primary carers. And nkurɔfoɔ a yɛnka say normal to UK ha they are British nationals ɔmo akɔtena ɛkuro foforɔ so within the EU. Ebi ɔmo atena hɔnom 1 year 2 years ɛna ɔmo asan aba back with their family members just to say they are coming back to reside in the UK. They finally closed up applications to that route in August of this year. Into they said, say when it comes to you making any Zambrano application or you making an application to reside here in the UK because Abiana would say a crofufo so and no normal friend is around the same principle. Into say une or family members ba na o ka say because I lived elsewhere in another member state for a period of time and I want to return back to my country, which is the UK. And no sano, yabema ho kwan say your application. But if it's after the 16th of August 2023, dear, and unfortunately almost say almost to sa route ni musenya ma nkurɔfoɔ ayɛ the right application under the immigration rules. Into say oh yeah application it's
Yes.
either has to be under the parents route or adult dependent route or any other route which
Mm.
is not under appendix EU no.
Yes.
Um,
Like, Rebecca, because all these things, yeah, young programs be brave. So, now, the, I mean, my topics are packed into so now. If you want more now, just go to our site now, BWF Solicitors for Facebook or YouTube. No, we've dealt with this into details. Rebecca into two now. Ukoha ubenya nina. So, question be a you can just list all your questions. Just write them down. When we come on the next year na bar for the program, no, you bet me open for questioning based on all the things that we are hearing today, no. Na well, baby, and I really want to open the phone lines to at a point now for into me and be some more questions. When you come on, don't just leave. We have so many things that is covering most of the topics that we've learned so far this year, no. But Modiana, stay with us. Now share the program. But share the program because this is really, really educative program. In terms of your legal matters. It's not only limiting to immigration matters. No. Program is not limited to immigration, but anything concerning law, anything concerning legal matters. And yeah, can Eunice. Ebetwetwe bi so ntɛmtɛm wɔ ho na yɛnkɔ obi koraa to ne bi ne mma mmienu ato a mo din pre-settle ne settle mebisa ne saa de nti ɛna wato ne di ne mma no baako di pre-settle baako di settle status ɔsi ɔwo baako na ɔwɔ pre-settle nti ɔde din ne to no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ɛbɛkae no to renew into the settle status nti onyaa settle status nso na ɔwo baako na ɔto ɔno nso ne din settle status sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a edu ne way na ɔbɛtumi akɔgye yɛka ne sɛ British citizen. So talking of British citizenship no yɛdu hɔ na nansan a yɛhu a ne sɛ ɛyi wahyehyɛ wo nneɛma wayɛ migration wafɛ mu either by married anaasɛ by partner anaasɛ by birth anaasɛ whichever way woyɛ Ghanaian nko a wada ne British citizen no yɛnkɔtea not just limited to the Ghanaians but any foreigner bia you've acquired the British citizenship no what we heard now ne say somewhere beginning of the year na near tia ne say the possibility that they can deprive you of your British citizenship without even your knowledge, which became so scary. So, yes. Uber say, oh, himself get a book, whether red book or blue book. These days is blue book anyway. You might think, oh yes, now I'm a British citizen, so yes, I'm also part of the system. That's correct. That's good. That's good news. But before you know, maybe something might have come out without your knowledge. Then they deprive you of your British citizenship without you knowing. So where can you even get to know this thing? Probably you'll be traveling. Where do wako outside the country, coming back before they will tell you, say, hey, my friend, stop right there. Do you know they've stripped you off? They've naked you off your British citizenship, and that is where you become what? So today, British citizenship, deprivation of your citizenship without your knowledge. Eunice, what came? They're nearby, yeah, in Kotia. You see, they can deprive you of your citizenship without your knowledge. What is it about?
I think so. The deprivation of British citizenship ne deɛ na ɛka yɛ British Nationality Act section 40 did that. But
Uh,
now the fact that they don't have to give you notice
uh-huh.
was introduced as part of our Borders and Nationality Act of
Yes.
2022. In
Mm,
see, I don't know, my Home Office Secretary no to me say to me at the private of citizenship without giving you notice. Into the
mm.
without giving you notice, no was the new bit that
Okay.
made everybody seem like I didn't see that oh mommy notice answer now or Jimmy citizenship no
Yeah.
if means them. And so, because of case laws that came up during the year, like Chimney and some other cases, it's made the courts look at it in a different manner because courts, they are separate from your home office. And see, they don't
Mhm,
always have to agree with what the lawmakers are saying.
mm,
And one of the things that they were saying was the fact that when it comes to the deprivation of British citizenship, no, there has to be some sort of procedural fairness and answer some sort
mm,
of fairness in the fact that say saa tumi no home secretary no ɛwɔ no sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ exercise she should also have that mind set sɛ ɔwɔ saa tumi na ɔbɛtumi ama notice ama nipa korɔ no ehu sɛ ɔwɔ opportunity a ɔbɛtumi nso aka ɔno nso ne part a ɛndeɛ ɔnyɛ saa. And so the courts laid down some sort of procedure. Secretary of State and I say your Home Secretary and the case workers no omo bɛhwɛ na omo to me ama ho kwan say omo person omo deprive obi dia then they have to consider these factors. Ebi ne say for instance, Ojidi say Oji Obi British citizenship every in sem because a beer or a foreign national or naturalized as a British citizen and answer or another nationality na obey to me agye British citizenship na efiri ne nsam because of ebia fraudulent misrepresentations ɔmo ayɛ anaasɛ the fact that they've committed criminal offences then they should be able to also consider the fact that they have to give notice to that person. And if that notice is going to cause some sort of yeah, can I say frustration for the home secretary because ABR, for instance, nipa na wouldn't notice na man no onim say ebia or I'm just giving an example. Gambian citizenship. Inti sir or renouncing a Gambian citizenship only assisting bia because that is also another defense they can use in terms of their appeal. So if they believe says standing panel then they will have to show the reasons and answer why they thought that person would do so. And if overall, for instance, almost ama hokwain say standing panel, of course, say based on the evidence now almost one they've made the right decision to deprive them of almost citizenship, dear, then they have to make sure say they are also considering the person's reasonable future circumstances and what obstacles Sahani panel will also face as well without giving them such notice, especially if it's going to affect their family life, for instance, and also it's going to affect the fact that they'll become stateless or whichever. And see, they've laid down certain steps Home Secretary no say offer, and not just to exercise that discretion not to give notice anyhow, so that
Okay.
at least almost yeah they will be minded that when they come to court, that could also be used against them if they haven't followed procedure properly as well. Yeah.
Right, right. Oh, wow. Yeah, so at least Bibia, no, there's a bit of loophole somewhere. There's a bit of that's hope somewhere. Let me put it that way. Internet, Senate, no, who fight well. There is, light at the end of the tunnel. And young so now, before I proceed with my next headlines, now let me just acknowledge all those on board. I have Edward Mensah. Edward, hello from Dubai. Say hi, Manyeti. Good morning. I am watching you live from Dubai. I hope you are doing well by God's grace. Edward, thank you so much. I believe I've spoken to you before. You wanted to find out more about the Innovator Founder program. No, so contact our office, BWF Solicitors office, or contact Uncle Ben on the emergency line. Definitely, he will be of help to you. He will guide you through the process, and I believe you can get your visa to come in and then start your business. Then we have Cruz from Paul. Say good morning. God richly bless you. Let me read this one first. Now my kind way. I say, God, good morning, man. I hope you are good. Merry Christmas to you and your team in advance for all your hard work throughout the year, and I wish you all well for the next year. Thank you so much, my dear, and God richly bless you all for the good works, and well done. I really appreciate it. I wish you all well for the coming year, and I know you are doing a great job. Thank you so much. And then we also have Merry Christmas to you too, Sandra Fraser. Hey, big sis, how are you? Today I'm making the program as fun as possible, like I told you. Even though it's an official program, but yes, let's put in a bit of fun, festive. Kakra ewum zinebeya enyo. So say, hey, me wo school me share there. We are here to learn though, but we can also have fun at the same time. Yes, I see, Nana. It means there will still be notice before deprivation. That's a question that you asking. If you really understood lawyer Eunice, then maybe yes, but I'm not too sure about that. They may be, they may not be. Whichever way, we've had a full program on this particular one. But lawyer Eunice, before you go on, Obisa say, based on the explanation that you've given with the court proceedings, any home office policies, would there be a notice before they deprive you on this particular and of your citizenship? And
Usually, obviously, based on your new Borders and Nationality Act, they have no obligation whatsoever to give you
to do
notice.
that.
No obligation. So it is basically almost discretion. They can
Or
give you that notice or they can
or
choose not.
not.
Yes.
So that is it. It's 50-50. If you are so blessed and lucky, you might get notice. If you are not, You travel, when you are coming back, they will tell you, my friend, stop right there. We don't know you in this country anymore. Oh. So just be careful, be careful whilst you live in this country. If you are a British citizen, if you have one British passport or you are a citizen now, you are quite true because you're a foreign national. Just, put your status in place, and then you don't mess about. Let me just put it, don't mess about. And if you know there has been a document, any fraudulent act somewhere, somehow, magically into your life, please make sure you polish it before it becomes too late. So so please keep on sharing the program. Keep on sharing the program. Please don't call yet. I know you are eager to call, but we're on a live program. Don't call yet. We have 5-10 more minutes, then I'll give you the phone lines. You can call and ask your question. However, you can leave your message on the WhatsApp number, which is 075966620, in case you are going to work and you want to, get into bring your question before you get into work. And you can do that, and we'll definitely get back to you. So let's look at our next topic. Our next topic na ya na me fan, ɛnyɛ me fan no, me hu sɛ nea menka. Yes, sɛnea ɛteɛ no, yɛwɔ hɔ a yɛbɛhu ane sɛ by July 17th. As for this date, dear, I think even if I'm snoring and you ask me, I'll remember the date. That is Rapture Day, 17th of July. Raptures for the student switching to skilled migrant route. This date, obi kura wo da no, or see yen sanfa akwala ne nkɔhyɛ ne yam, because on pɛ that day no, a student na kyerɛ sɛ na saa day no na ayɛ terrible ama yɛn. Most of the time, say home office and any new law be about, the public is being informed. Na yɛaka sɛ munya asuti o, na ɛnɛ da sei ɔkyena sesei adeɛ wei na ɛba. Na when kwa de yɛse rapture, we all know say yɛse rapture ba ebe fight say no mu bibia obi enim da rapture ba sana 17th July yɛbɛ sorry na 3 o'clock bang na ya announce say no more switching for students. Those students on student visa cannot switch anymore to the you can say school migrant route. And so na say even if say when your sponsorship kra na we are students cry ukita sponsor letter no cry no ontumi nswitch bi na say sponsor letter no aye adigye njan la Eunice saa day no e dey na see e dey na buy and I just
I like the way you put it, Rapture Day. And look, dear, I think that it was so unexpected. I
yes.
mean, let's say your old cano, Obia, you're not doing pass or best switch it. But
Exactly.
that day, Lydia, say one year application no before 3 p.m. Dear, it means now. Oh, well,
Oh,
just you. But it's not a laughing matter. It was very serious, very very serious. I think so for most people, no,
mhm,
especially those who were students who wanted to switch onto the skilled worker route, especially because ABR for one reason or the other they weren't successful in completing a course. With
yeah,
them, it was very difficult for them to be able to find any other means to continue residing here lawfully.
that's
And
right.
one of the things that I think really um, was if I think it was very sensitive for most people was because of the fact that they could no longer bring their dependents. For
Mm,
instance, if they were not doing a research based subject, but as
mm,
we looked at last week, the dependents will be kept, or the dependents will be removed from the 1st of January 2024. And see, obviously, those people who wanted to bring in their family would
mhm,
have been able to do so
mm,
from that time. And of course, in Crawford, more Chrome had did that as dependent spouse, like husband or wife, and as a child, no, would also continue to remain here even after the 1st of January 2024. So it was to do with students switching from their student route to a skilled worker route, and the requirement was such that they have to show say omo a complete omo course no ansa na omo betumi aswitch, and I said say edwuma na omo koye no, so omo betumi akyerɛ say, for instance, me a PhD student, me read 2 years of my PhD, I come 1 year, and also say no obetumi aswitch it to the skilled worker route. And then they also mentioned the fact that we are students and dependent on a skilled worker crown pona, you could no longer switch to become um, a dependent of that particular skilled worker. And see, that was when I did a whole topic showing us what the law was stating and what the changes were and all of that. And see, it made it difficult for people who have come here on a student route and then also the skilled worker route and are married to then switch, because it was almost as if I'm not even switching to the skilled worker route, but you're telling me I can't also switch to become a dependent of my skilled worker husband or wife. So that was also a hit or something that Nkrofo were not looking forward to when the law changed. So just as you said, it was almost like judgment day for most most students, because there was no announcement, no warning, nothing. And when I say Saturday na omo de baye na eno ano no, and yeah, and it was one of those days that you would say the governments were out to get something,
Very
and
harsh, very
well,
harsh
yeah,
understatement.
yeah, they executed it the way they wanted.
But ɛno sa no ɔn sɛ na meka aban kurom ha aban no ɔbɛyɛ adeɛ no, but sɛ wo nso tie akyire a wobɛtumi a picture adeɛ no in a bigger way platforms no ehu sɛ no
Mm,
ɔno waka ne sei nti me nso menkɔfa ne sei so ehu adeɛ no nti
mm,
because sɛnea ɔka ne straight no wankasa wokɔfa ne sei a ɛbɛyɛ yie deɛ na
mm,
mepa akyerɛ na kyerɛ sɛ wohwɛ na woyɛ student na wobɛnya obi a ɔbɛma wo COS na don't worry say wobɛtena ha aswitch wode pɛ ka fa ka to ka so na twa ticket na kɔ fie kɛkɛ wotwa kɔ fie na sponsor na ayɛ adeɛ no de abrɛ wɔ fie na so wasan ba ɛno no deɛ no home office anka sɛ daabi o ɛno wo se wo school me nkɔ biom sɛ sɛ mekɔ me kurom na mekɔ me kurom deɛ a na sponsor no is willing sɛ ɔbɛyɛ ama me deɛ a ɔde bɛbrɛ wo na wode aba back ɛno no home office anka sɛ daabi so it's still doable if you're a student na wontumi anwie na wohwɛ na ɛbɛha adwene a me nua wode 20 hours kakra na wode boaboa sika no nketenkete no fetwa ticket kɔ fie na ma sponsor no ɛma away no sponsorship no from here now to back home na afei deɛ wode aba ɛno deɛ megye di sɛ you be successful ɛma ne mbɔ ohu koraa ɛma ne mbɔ ohu afei nso no ebi mo nso ayɛ ka ne sɛn ɔmo awie school no ana ɔmo bɛwie school na aka ɔmo bɛyɛ 3 months everything show sɛ ɔmo awie school no ɔmo ba bɛ graduate ɔmo deɛ yɛsɛ ɔmo deɛ ɔmo atumi awie school ne nko ara deɛ ɔmo bɛtumi aswitchi enti mbia na wo no aka ɔbɛyɛ 4-5 months ɛwɔ your student way no so na wentumi wohwɛ a fee na eku ne deɛ eku nipa ɛnyɛ hwee papa wode akɔbɔ busia na fa tua school fees na wie na wobɛtumi aswitchi saa na ɔmo pa akyerɛ no enti no ɛma ɛno ɛmbɔ yɛ ho la Eunice yɛmmere ne so aba yɛgu so yɛwɔ ha afei no adwane a we are still here talking about the highlight of the year 2023 before we get to 2024 na sisi a yɛn moving from student for no na yɛnhwɛ yɛwɔ hɔ a wobɛhu a yɛsi yɛde immigration charges bi nationality charges bi nienim dada no yɛsan de bi keka ho la Eunice ebi ba April ebi ba October even December koraa ma san tititi bi la Eunice ɛno nso ka sɛ sikasɛm ɛku yɛn nti deɛ na ɔmode bi akeka ho a this year ɔmode bɛka ho a ama yɛn nyinaa yɛyɛm yɛyɛ immigration nationality charges no yɛde increment that came which ones na ɛma yɛ struggle saa mpatwɔ nea wɔn keka bi kyerɛ yɛn na afei yɛnkɔ yɛn nim.
Yeah. And see, government no sign announce biom say omo beto fees no, because since COVID, no, they haven't increased their fees and they have been very, very generous with immigrants. It's the Omoka said they will obviously increase the fees for immigration and nationality applications. And with every fee that the government wants to introduce, whether it's application fee and answer immigration health surcharge, there has to be a statutory act or statutory instrument to it. Answer na omo way to me, science no. Into as soon as they pass through almost nationality and immigration fees order, no, they then said that on the 4th of October, almost increase the fees, no, for entry clearance application and in-country applications. Of course, in Kofa, omo family members eba. Now I'm not talking about EU nationals because EU nationals near more for there, they don't pay any fees. But ABR, oh yeah, British citizen and I say okay, it's settled status now person or de wumba or yere uknu eba UK chrome ha, they increased the fees from, I think it was about £1,600 to 1,880 something pounds for those applications. And then also they increased the fees for those who are students, those who are skilled workers, whether you're a healthcare worker or innovator or somebody who is coming here as a teacher. They increased it for most skilled work routes. And then, of course, when it comes to family route application, whether parents or partner, no, in-country applications, and no, they left it the same. It's almost increase the application fee, for that one in particular. But most nationality fees were increased for both the adults and children applications. And see, before, no, I know. So when you look at the previous nationality fees for even adults, it was just over £1,300. Now it's over £1,500. Into they made increases on most applications.
Yeah.
Most applications had
Mm.
increased, or the almost application fee in high care,
Yeah.
and they said they were going to increase immigration health surcharge, and so of course with the immigration health surcharge, they hadn't yet implemented more instruments and answer more home office um order in order to make sure say on way
Mm.
to me increase it. And so they are hoping to do that in January. And in
Yeah.
January, and also ebe kosro into, whereas for instance somebody was used to paying just £624 a year for the IHS, no,
Mm.
that was almost double to £1,035 per year.
Okay.
And for Colano, if it's 470 that you are paying, it will increase to about £776 per year for
Mm.
Colano. So they have increased it and they will be increasing it some more in January.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, some more, but we who increase be our system. No. However, no, you will highlights be that came between last night and this morning, but ye bedroom will be putting these highlights now getting to me question. I come just two questions, then I open the phone line. I know the time is fast spent, however no maybe partially now me two questions no I enter within that setting no, don't worry, just 2 minutes penna maybe a telephone line no yen share a new question a war highlights in it. So you can say we'll share in CCI, you are watching BWF Solicitors Legal with my team. Me wa ha o questions ni nyina to tom line wo ho wo beba so sesia na wa ba be bisa be one me da so ma Merry Christmas in advance. Ne yen hwe increase here be yi nyina ye wo gu so increase na ebi nso good news bikitu ebi aba ewo next year there no. But before I bring that one on no yen hwe the next thing lo yin sesia no ye be hwe most of EU4 or BRP or BRC, these cards now in my whatever cards yeah, uko yeah near more card, uko tra photo biometric na ya card amount. Bebre wo ya trotro 2024 expiration date, you know, and a wo December. Na say, you see, a bani person introduce to be even cried. I started a be more progress. Say, oh, to kwan airport, oh, to kwan do airport. Some of the you can say passports need be take it no. Ma will go through certain process be very smooth and sound. Let us say, you see, BB Abba, your friend ye visa na eno na eba be take it over. Hey, na taking over the world, you go so ye visa. Let us say, oh, here physical visa. But me understand you like you know how church you. Me understand you can use visa there. And just say electronic visa. And just say kita physical book visa. Say who they say the but na bibia koye tap na o screen. Either say we ni ebe bie do amount and now on tom ebe bie do amount. Baby I do no I don't know. Ni nyina can use visa. Like Eunice, visa. How is it gonna work? What is visa? And then those of us our BRP and BRC cards expiring 2024. How this thing is going to work together.
In terms of your e-visas, saying udi kan you know, of course it is electronic visas. Government na aka say or biometric card na no from next year 31st December no they will no longer issue biometric cards. Nkrofo a mo dwen say biometric card ne de so mo nsa ka bibi be ye omo bibi bibi be happen so mo nsa ka na now it is not going to be applicable from next year because almost said be electronic. Almost say we are in a very digital world now.
Mm,
Into they want to make themselves very very innovative in that sense into
mm,
so ukita a which is not EU pre-settled and now settled status because EU settled status for no and pre-settled for no they already have e-visas because they can go online and view their immigration status. They are Canadian. Usually we rely on the biometric card because we don't go online to view our status. In say almost like I say, they would like people who are on the other routes to be able to register onto the UKVI account, and that way they will update their system, and then once an employer and I say obi or your landlord episode share will status now, you can go into your account, your UKVI account, get a share code for them and share the share code with them. And that way also will be able to view your status. And see, they are saying say they are slowly introducing this system such that by next year December no, by that time no na obia ewo omo online system to me I check it information way and see hopefully I know that people will be able to register, and then once you've registered, you can start viewing your status online.
you yeah who and no yeah ye visa no how is going to into the status. I said no obi catch me na okope adwuma na odi share code na mo na ono enim say wasesa say your no say your no just say the photo that came up company ni boss share code into the system na eyi bibia pie na photo ni that screen ni na mami nso ti ho company share photo ni sa share mami o see is that you or see yes na me who say near screen ni try me no hwene so te say me me dia metie na wo so hwene sha o see me na mafon me fa me hwene nyina efon ka ho na just say see no share code asem see o kokra na you don't even need your passport anything na wo de ko pay adwuma o the share code ni to hɔ na ebe you history nyinaa from there ya wo ebe do da wote hɔ no na they be do screen nti company na I employ no oh enya afi na obeka say there be kona kofa passport bra, there be kona kofa away bra, there be say ade obi a the share code into obi nso wo na over share code no and to no like Eunice afi there me my last question. Let's look at some of the highlights that came just last night. No changes a buy, no changes a buy. Yeah, well, last somewhere last week. Last week na obia send me messages. Hey, me see then breaking news breaking last week and last 2 weeks. I think just December, yeah. Breaking news. Na papa clever. You be see me body didn't clever or very clever. Yeah, when I say clever, we all know him. Na original parliament na or kika nka nsɛm bi no bia de brɛ na nti ɛhɔ a na mesi menkɔ so tv na memfa nto parliament na menhwɛ ampa papa na kasa na kyerɛ sɛ changes bebree na mo a monim sɛ yɛbɛkɔ new election year obia parties no obia person or trust or no na or cratchy power where they are failing and they want to say they are not failing on person with the new rules but just to cover some of their failure areas now as their failings no you know ye be hu answer sisi no they mean fa ba ko pem betwem ye be hu answer who ha as a school worker na say who ye adwuma British citizen na ukofa wo ho kanfo na dependent na say bibi dey aba eya na nka yinim say sika no 18,600 na yɛnkɔhwɛ say from 18,000 straight boom to 38,700 as to how they came about that particular figure calculation into 18,000 38,700 they buy obi eni minim sɛ papa no ɔkɔda ya na ɔsoso da ya loto na meso sɛ den ɛna figures da n'anim na ɔka sɛ from 18,600 straight double kra ɛboro double the money ɛna asa de biom aka ho ɛboro how enti no na yɛnte aseɛ obia jo ɛdeɛ na esi ɛnyɛ no nko a o na yɛsi afe nso obi a ɔda school workers yi nso nyinaa from somewhere next year quarter of the year no and I spring and I say can say before yɛn financial year no be start no afe wo dependent nso so ontumi mfa ne mba lawyer Eunice ade ama yɛ die bobo na mmom ɛno anadwo yɛ sɔre nyane anɔpɛ yi ɔno a papa yɛ asan akɔka sɛ ebo 38,700 a mekɛn me a mehwɛ a meda a menda nkurɔfoɔ mpaebɔ mu dwire gu me so ɛneɛ wokɔtɛ wokɔ asɔre bie mu a immigration ka ne sɛ immigrant foɔ gu hɔ a ɛneɛ ne yɛbɔ mpa gu papa yi so yɛbɔ mpa gu papa yi so papa yi sɔre anadwo no a ɔse wate so Eunice wate sika ne so nti ka kyerɛ ɛdɛn na siiɛ a papa yi ate sika yi so
You see, you are right in saying say when they came to last night, dear. I think say it was always in the plan. I don't think
yes.
that it was something that he just got up and he just made up. I think say it was always in the pipeline because he knew say if he made that big announcement about the increment to 38,700 for family visa applications
Yes.
and also in for Omoda skilled worker routes now, people would start to pay attention. People will start to panic and people will start to wake up to the fact that the government are now serious about
Yeah.
people who have also abused the system.
System.
In the skilled workers, not like we were saying, it's inclusive of in mobile hanum as whether you're a teacher, hairdresser, chef, all those people under the innovator route or even global talent route, all of those routes are skilled worker routes. In see, and no sano, they expect say your salary per year will be 38,700. That one is still the same, but they said say it will be exempt for healthcare workers. And say oh that healthcare work routes no swa, you would not be paying out a salary of 38,700. And so they are the only ones who are exempt, including those in the education sector as well. And I say education workers non so will also be exempt from this salary rate of 38,700. I think that what really hurts most people was the fact that in conform war family route, whether it's partner or parent route, no, especially those on the partner route, no, we're thinking, say, and they mean to me in family hoka for and sign and back room habium because say almost 38,700. Yeah. Me, I mean, British and as I cry indefinite leave to remain. A better than I'm in Zakasasicano. Of course, that one was always going to be questionable, and I know that they also knew that people will question them, and especially I mean, their own MPs within the government and also outside the government were questioning. I mean, is that really going to happen? And see, obviously from the 4th of December up to yesterday, now so I'll clarify
Yeah.
the those on the family routes and confirm all more applications as partners of British citizens or those that are settled. And see, rather than the increment taking place almost say spring, but now they've said they will implement the end of spring, which is April, May, thereabouts. They are looking to increase the 18,600 threshold to 29,000 per annum. Into say, so they won't come for bad, then you must be earning at least £29,000 per year, which is a lot, but it's reasonable.
Oh.
And then it exempts so so they in kola eka because every time you needed to add an additional child, they increase that 18,600 to 24,800 and then the rest. But now Omar can say once it's once it's at 9,000, which means they will umbano dodwana akaho aba without them increasing that threshold. So that is also good in that sense. And then I know say in conform with your healthcare workers dear, even though they don't have to meet the 38,700, still almost say they will not be able to bring their dependents
Oh.
from that spring of 2024 into say so your application the mobile and
So,
good. You can still make those applications now until they introduce the changes into the immigration rules next year spring. Into I mean from April to May thereabouts, we will be seeing the effects of almost changes now. Yeah.
Sana Tietio for me say, yeah, can say highlight now. Trust me, we've got a whole lot of package. Yeah, nyoma be bree na besin, but I can't just few minutes. Let me just open the telephone. Move on, cheme. These highlights are also very important. Utu also utie na at least unya. But if you have any question, I'm opening the telephone lines now. Yeah, the be did you may to me afre. Or question be regards to whatever you've learned today. In Biana be cry and funny yakika hona. Still call and to ask your question. 0208-123-1016 or 073-9920-8468. Yes, in a mess, maybe maybe one is any pastors, neighbor one is any bear. Ubi huna mani, internal message is subium 0208-123 1016. Ubetumi afre. Yewaha. Sounds now ubetumi so afre 073-9920-8468. Ubetumi so afre. Ope se uja message. So bikreja message waha. Your messages baby wo. WhatsApp ne so intimention na memfa bi embra sɛ obi agya me ho voice note bɛyɛ mmiɛnsa bi okay menkɔ hɔ na menhwɛ voice message no na yɛmbɔ ɛma mo okay membɔ wei ndi kan bɔ wei na yɛnhwɛ.
Yo, my team. Good morning, Mr. Brad. Eunice, good morning, Mr. Shepherd. Yeah, Eunice, Pacho, maybe, and Mammy, you know, by 2019. Obaya, no, I'm the same, may give a book more. Now, for the full passport. Pacho, to see a registration, I say naturalization. I'm actually forms. Then I mean you now and find your mouth. My team in the Dabasi. The woman said,
My man shedante roots out there on mobile yo.
Oh, one TB crash one.
Me say or the nkola by 2019. But one see root.
Or yeah, British citizen mom. No, besides a bear naturalization and answer registration. And now obisa. Met to me assign up you na yeah share.
One when to be aka say nkola no ebia omonsa ka indefinite no time a omure mu.
One kind, one count, but
Ah.
a 1 minute in TNT.
Yo, my team. Good morning, Fisher. Eunice, good morning, Fisher. Yeah, Eunice, Patrol. Maybe and maybe you know by 2019. Obaya no munya indefinitely. I'm person me give a book mouth. Now for the passport. Patrol, see a registration and say naturalization. I'm patrol forms. Then I mean you should not and find your mouth.
But I feel so at
In the
Part time.
Omanya indefinite.
woman say,
Okay. In regards to nkola usually mobile with indefinite no, it means that either the parent has settled status themselves and answer omo parents no British into na omo ama omo indefinite leave to enter straight away. So it is sad there. Usually they can make an application under section 3.1 of your British Nationality Act because nyawo omo wo krom ha,
Okay.
but they are young. So if they are still under the age of 18, they can complete a registration form into they are registering to be British.
Okay.
In Senono Sano, because they are under the age of 18, they will have to show
Yeah.
say almost indefinite. So if they are under the age of 13, there's no residence requirements. But if they are above the age of 13, they have to show say almost at least 2 years or more.
Okay.
And then they have to obviously show say omo papa no British citizenship. And so because okra British citizenship no omo nso saa no nso omo pese say omo register to be British.
Okay.
Into the or papa no enkra British citizenship no crying definitely registration no emma omo. It
Okay.
is better say ono nso be British citizenship say you be yama omo. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, la Eunice here that say, me wa question, me nyo obi wo line so but me wa question back one. Me ma ne your friend no nka ne dia ansa na mabisa ne wa ha no. Mpacho dofo wa homa so me ma official pa yente wonka.
I think I'm here. Make me more official part. My friend Manchester. My friend me.
Okay.
No question back. Me nipa bi a me ne ewo honom. Ni nua bema aba but at the visitor visa and the buy. No abisia abaya bi na one na hia ware. But among nya ware bi. But na epese mu se nyame adom no mo ware a ono bema no kura visitor visa no. Ọmụ ware na aware akwara nyame adom na akwara ba no aware no mu a obetumi dafa so anya ne krata na
Oba okita visitors visa.
bachan no
No
ba
person so a visitor visa the omuntumi nware okroma. Are you aware of that?
ba me chese oba no ne ehihia ware no mom British na mbese mu se ọmụ ware a na akwara be ma no betumi afa so edinya ne krata na.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Into so omo ya ware no wo fie na omo de in krata ne ba. He will have to show say or play role in a kolane life because or kase waware obi a oye British ne anasa obi a okita indefinite leave to remain. The Home Office is also going to consider the fact say he's a partner. And see, if he doesn't meet the requirements under the partner route, that's when EX1 no Debi ayaka ho asem say akola British and say akola ekita indefinite and say akola tena ha 7 years continuously. it will be unreasonable for that Akolano to be removed from the UK into it will be harsh to say Omube refuse application. No. And
Okay.
so once they are able to show say Omo parental relationship with that Akolano, na home office no I consider evidence na Omo de ka ho no na wetum enya enkrata no atena kroma.
Right. Pacho say or the ato so dada me enyo obi foforo wo. Pacho wa oba so ma me just 1 minute to a menkan question e wa ha no na. O say yes, or the photo be kan ho. Na photo no I can only see applicant signature, any date, and then visa category. So let me read the question underneath. Let me know why I have that photo. Or see, please, I apply for visa for my child using sole responsibility. I meet all requirements. The other parent has been excluded by school, hospital, church, etc. But on the TB test, certificate application is required to sign as shown, okay, above. What should I do? Should I go to the to Ghana and sign and come back, or can a friend do that sign for me? As shown above, can a friend write a minor in the signatory space? Applicant is required to sign on the TB test certificate, but he's a child. Oh, okay.
There's no need for the mother to ask for the form here. It's Akolano betumi atro ni din keke also.
So, na signature, signature, some cry. Me de say I'm signature. Baby, I say signature. No man throw me din. So, na your signature, ni bi.
Ah, Akola obey then na wa sign it. Oh.
Asan nti akra no papa sa wotie mi a divine mpacha wotie mi a ma akra no ntro ne din akra no betumi atro ne din why you don't have to take a plane ticket just to
Yeah.
go and sign signature now bra hey diplomas for cry yes ah okay obi wo ho a ne signature no to me through plane I remember time I Concord wo ho no Concord, time a Concord ye adwuma no. Yes. Minim nkrofo bi a otumi fa Concord e ko sign signature or US. No asan signature ba na wa san betena office. So everything is possible. But do for wa homa so me ntie unka na emre na ye be.
Hello, good morning, Fishiapa, Mama Fishiapa.
Afin kon be san ye ho papa kasa.
What I'm question here, my sister, na application go for Kunabo, Ghana, but Omar refused, based on almost in human rights, and my man rights so found one appeal to court, immigration court. And some of them will say, oh, appeal to immigration court, I was on the first application in the court. How long? And some of the two among Canada, the whole process, the bit say.
Okay. Eunice, nini abema no asema to nini aba sorry. We share dofo bi wako ware no na eja. Oba be ka no nka Christmas time wa be ka no ho shikakra na yesi yamfa visa na ama no na they've given them is it right of appeal so
Yeah.
nti dia na so ye.
And so usually with the refusal, no, you have 28 days to appeal. And because Bibia Aya online into once you lodge an appeal on my HMCTS, no, they will require you to pay their appeal fee of £140. Now, hopefully within a month or two, they will ask for the Home Office to send in omo bundle. And so they will send you acknowledgement, say omo saka sika no. And then they will ask for the Home Office to also send in omo documents that omo jina so they refuse say no. And then they also have a period of 42 days after Home Office for no to also ask for you to also provide documents and skeleton argument.
Okay.
And see, it's quite a lengthy process. It's in stages. At every stage, almost your request. And once a request has been put in, they will make sure that the Home Office has done their bits first and sign out with me. So Home Office they don't give you the opportunity to even do your bit. So it's in stages and processes before what the hearing date ever, because once what the documents no so akono, then the Home Office has to now review it and see if the documents they can change their mind about the decision now. Make it so almost change your mind, yeah, and the unya hearing date. But so almost change your mind, yeah. Then the court will now have to look for an available date now. So it takes months. I mean, and some people get frustrated about the whole process.
Eunice, based on your okay, say me share bi a reviews are no mo de ma me o me amehu me mistakes in tia o ma refuse me sir because me kofa me yire aba ana me kunu aba e de no mo refuse me na je say bibi amanye ne yie so ho eni nti no mo agina so I refuse nti say me ka say me appeal but then me hihye nyoma na me hu mistake ni nyina me san ye ne foforo na ma apply within the next 3 months na eno say no advisable na possible and I say you refuse I mean to me nye appeal I mean to me nye new application until certain amount of time be na.
So usually what happens is that, for instance, if nimpa na or say or yeah appeal no or did they say or the yaman documents need na
Yeah.
then we always say that do the appeal and then
Okay.
you can also make an application at the same time. There's nothing wrong with doing the both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Mm.
so we also do that.
Papa scanning there so bet ya. Papa scanning the obetia even no withdraw application cry home office or mom fast scanner which ya name ma wo. Enti and the
Can be
obetia.
also. Yeah, 20 say, I'm on base 6 months old.
Pasha, so oh, yeah, appeal now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, bomb pile, you could park on Makwana at my.
Sa. You better was what's your program ne
Masha, oh, pro, the Sunday be a Michelle Power, Madame Spa,
yes,
Madame
yeah, that's it.
Yamin,
Yemre, I be me fa pra just one more call pen na me fa na me de nipa ko ne bronya. But Lioness before ye be kono in fact nyoma bebre na si obi nso di ne question aba ono no oye we or you're student, but or say person be apply through the graduate route. Now I can 3 months na the visa no ako na or yeah or on per graduate route no person calls or switch straight to sponsorship no need na possible because we school no say possible ana.
Yeah, of course. And so obey to me any sponsor, obey to me I'm a COS before the student visa not everywhere. Then of course they can make the application directly to the sponsor once the visa is about to expire. But so what time money would the end and see they can make the application to whichever skilled worker routes they prefer. The only issue is in confirm won't be a school no into say we to me are completing the course there. All the other routes are available to him or her.
Until so within 3 months then so no say MBA onye too sure about the sponsor no kwan be no so offer so apply for graduate route no or say onya edwuma ansa na why graduate route na say you can apply before looking for the edwuma no.
It's a graduate route, no, is specifically for Nkofua or a complete almost studies. It's say if you haven't successfully, and the word is successfully completed your studies that you cannot apply onto the graduate route. Into a lot of students who even haven't got jobs are able to apply to the graduate route because almost are completing almost studies, no. And it's one of the routes that I think the Home Secretary is saying, say, Omubema Migration Advisory Committee for no assign because they don't know if it is benefiting them or it is something that they have to take out completely. Into we hope say they will see that the graduate route as being beneficial to students and to the economy as well. Yeah.
Wow. Yo, and yeah, ye do honey dear mesre say ye de ye obi sending me voice notes is here, but on sadly. So I think same be the question no has been answered. I answer now be last one. Obi apply for skill worker healthcare EB. Na 3 months na ekwe wa ye pap no. Still until home office nka mo aye man decision ono abebi oda na da afi ohun ni onye ne ho la Eunice ohwa what will be the necessary step to take from here. Why yeah, papa no. Still on home office 3 months na ekwe. Sisi I said December ekwe wu na just say 4 months na ye remo no. But then also yeah.
Usually with PAP, Nadia, within 3 months, definitely you would hear from them even before 3 months. No crampo ever so. But if you are saying, say, oh yeah, application 3 months ago, dear, then sometimes there can be delays. It can be for different reasons. Maybe the caseworker has a whole load of workload to deal with in Sina on say or monka. And sometimes if they feel that you haven't met all of the requirements, sometimes they will have to take it up to almost supervisor to review it and all of that. So it could be for different reasons. In say 3 months there, it is okay in terms of the fact that they might have sent you an email to say maybe your application or almost that so process, they might not be able to make a decision within their normal processing time. And once you have done a PAP, definitely almost responded. You can also do a complaint.
Pap no yeah no more respond said they will be looking into Monsaka pap so they will be looking into looking into 1 month 1 month 2 weeks about still looking into not just application but yeah who say near anyway many adolfo I would say me our application akoka see oh twe bibi na mba na bibi cream nti sa de kode na cream on mesro kokoto dwe so why kokoto dwe na twetwem because ya na enwa only nipa be 15 I had the same application the same day of you went to the BRP biometric appointment and almost the same day nipa 14 day nyina obi aba sesi 12 of them aba UK aka 2 almost on beba on this week on beba na unkwa decision ba ya papa na maka no me see o twe ade na emba na bibi krem nti kokotodwe ye nyina ye de be ka ho de ama wa because sometimes things that you can't comprehend nature say is uncomprehendable and and say based on my last when me aduma the community and the law but so I believe say no be the last day for the quiz now e chichen your man no nti bomodia make a date for America be share e wo honom na obenya achede bebre nka yen no bi say to bianca na nka nya free ticket e be ende pa na yen de ya na yen ka ho nti no bomodia na join the program watch na 4 o'clock sharp to 6 o'clock now wait to me achede enya just ticket in achede be brave the thing that when it comes to BWF solicitors with gift giving now Charlie and I would love to say more but time call mediani manyeti but more dear say program problem be concerning immigration concerning family life, concerning litigations and mitigations, and even yen kromo Ghana law and kasa, especially ma mototo asase na yetuntoma double people, ni triple people, no, any ade ni nyina no, ma bomoden ako BWF solicitors for omekun atwitwa ede ajo na wenyankunim. When you look at their track record now, 99.9% success rate, na just say near omuntumi succeed no, no, na just say wasem no ayekodo po na ewu ewie but enumpo no omutumi nyane ema nkunimdie eba just visit them, book an appointment and go and see them. If you wherever you are living it's a bit far traveling will be a problem for you, don't worry, just call them, book a telephone appointment or Skype video, Zoom, wherever they can still attend to you wherever you are, even if you are in the Isles of Wight ombeyama nansen ya titi say Iceland kra eshi ya na ewiase ehu la Eunice Iceland you name say the mountains are literally buried with ice kra eshi with volcano and that just say baby Andrew and mom Christmas there manenya ne boko emma na danyame asise afe no aba beto na ne ose wo ye no na wa ne boko mediane manyeti la Eunice there na would be giant say sorry ako.
I think say throughout these past 4 or 5 months, that was it. Say, yet to me, program where amana ye kama. I I haven't had any program with you before, but since the first day, you have just made things work like a TikTok. And see, I just want to say thank you for making these past few months such lovely months, and also and making it interesting. You're my tea, so you make it your own. It's I want to say a very, very big thank you and Merry Christmas. And I pray that the Lord will also honor his word in your life for 2024 as well. And if I say me your viewers also, so I want to say very, very big thank you to all of our viewers. In Kofa, mo share Facebook so in Kofa mo share YouTube so in Kofa mo tie and crampo or BWTV so another radio so I want to say a very, very big thank you for supporting us, for being there for us as a firm, and also for sharing, because education way is not just for people to hear and then just do things themselves, but also to educate other people. And always people will come and tell me, oh, na kanya BWF na kaminim way, and BWF na kaminim way, metie mo sa piti down. It is good when you hear comments like that. And I think, sir, we are doing something really well in the community, which other legal practitioners are also following suit. And I think that is something that we have to also commend Mr. Bernardo Wusu about. Because when he started this years ago, he didn't know it would become such a big thing. And in Kofor Asha, at least almost a day share almost how far, and it is because we want to help the community. It is because we want to support the community. And see, I'm very grateful for your support, and the fact say mu hia so a mo ba yen ho na yetumi and anymore juma kama. And so I wish everybody a very happy new year and a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your break and make sure that you don't overdo it.
Definitely, you don't overdo it. So let me make a quick announcement to her. Dodo na mo tie me no, menim say mo abrebe na de yato so, but o wa ha na da so tie me a. More small good news be at the mam. Mo care workers are mo ba na mo system no mo na still are you are struggling to meet up your full hours of work na. Hamono. And there has been a progress be e wo kwan foforo bi so a nyame adom akohu some of these things made a one crop for and that form there and that form and there, let me be frank with you, and that forms are but yes secured. Ain't no, if I say secured now, let's just say when it comes to Chromo, the biggest employer obia epese obia ne do obia ne wish obia ne wish say onye ombe ye adwuma NHS. Enti say wo ye interested say also only NHS be as HCA na bomodia na contact me and that from enye better because mo amonim my NHS application mobile ye obi to make and say why more than 55 NHS application then you successful. Nature say BB, you are not doing it right. There is something that you are not doing. You see, when you are writing a CV, when you are writing an application or applying for any job, who said over 1,000 people apply for the same position. So what will make your stand out for the employer to pick your application and say, wow, I think I will call this person, shortlist them, and then invite them for interview. And I also, of course, I interview now. You prepare yourself into kwa na when your success, no. Nature say, bibi wa or so ye. Oh yes, and one. My doors are open. You can WhatsApp me. Please just WhatsApp. Don't call odd times. Not WhatsApp and say you are interested. We care about Chrome but you want to switch it to NHS. We have a way of doing the application. Nyamia Aduma, your application will be picked. Now, I invite you for interview. So call me or WhatsApp me on 075 96620 154. Afenzuno, all the new students starting next year, Nyamia Aduma, for the OET exams, no. The registration is open, but classes, yeah, apostle classes from Wednesday until we come back in January on the 8th. Until no join the class ni bia ebia try IELTS exams functional skills at level 2 British citizenship B1 interview process no bia afenso wo try OET so a nyame adom Katie consult sesia no ya legalize your mo me can legalize so when your license to operate into no bomodia na behuye on 0759662015 for all. Send us an email on kt@consult@gmail.com kt@consult@gmail.com yebeboa kakra yebetumi their support too. And our friends know the throughout the year so joining in class there has been one or two things in bia weni anje ho ana emre amfa ma weni wanye so happy with whatever yebegina akwenye so na ka say enye hwe fache yen nipa ya ade a anye de bia na otene ti se wa odi na chi no aka say uchia kakra o enti bia na bibi achia a ya yenhu batu na ohun ya fache na ma ya so nti na yenjina so ne fa correct ye ho nyame nhira ye nyame nka ya memo bibia afishia pa mediane manyeti nyame adoma mmesa ate yenka next year. Have a lovely Merry Christmas to you all. Bye bye.
Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced family law firm specializing in immigration and naturalization, as well as dispute resolution. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner with over 30 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stand for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity and inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance across all areas of UK and Ghana law. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Led by experienced senior partner Bernard Owusu, the team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with your immigration, naturalization, dispute resolution, family law, new wills and probate, Ghana law and practice needs. We are dedicated to providing solutions to our clients' problems. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214-218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Main office line 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line 07712 761 884.